So y'all know that women all over the globe send me information to make stories. Well, this video is going to be different only because so much is at stake, literally for more than 800 million girls and women. Yes, almost a billion. And the information is so interconnected that there had to be changes that accommodate that. But my regular style of content is still going to be the main style you see on my channel. This particular video is an exception. I believe you all will be very understanding, especially when you see and hear what the topics are about. Also, the information isn't just helpful for those 800 million women and girls. It can be helpful to all girls and women in case you come across a misogynist Muslim male or a non-Muslim male that's adopted that type of misogyny, usually associated with Muslim males. Also, I know that I, Burb, don't know Arabic, and I'm not specialized in Islamic studies, but the Taliban doesn't know Arabic either. And as women, we really got to do what we can to help each other. Hence why I'm making this video. With this information from a mini document that was gathered by a person who does know Arabic fluently and studied Arabic grammar for 12 consecutive years in school. So stay tuned. She sent me a document that I'm going to put up here so we can all see this information clearly and know what's going on and how these men are taking this information and massaging it to fit their needs. Stay tuned. Okay, now here's what she sent to me that she wants me to put out to you guys. She's letting you know that she's an insider, and that is the reason why she's able to interpret the text better than these men who are misinterpreting and massaging what they're saying to fit their misogyny. She says, I guess I'm technically an insider since I know Arabic as a first language, and I had to pass each grade of proper Arabic in school for 12 years. And I had to pass each grade with decent grades so that I don't repeat all the subjects that were taught to me in a grade. Basically, I really had to pay attention and do well. So I do believe I have some insider information since male translators seemingly on purpose failed and continue to fail to highlight certain critical information in Islam that can protect all, not just Muslim girls and women from male violence. All girls and women, since misogynist males do get inspired by each other. First things first, we should all remember and agree with the fact that knowledge is power and knowledge is a type of protection. Number two, we should also remember that many girls and women can't just up and leave where they live. So the following information could be life-saving for them, including adolescent girls anywhere who can't run away from an abuser, and the abuser is a misogynist that's subscribed to some psychotic opinions from other misogynist males elsewhere. And this also makes sense because people are born and raised in religions, and not everybody can just escape that. Number three, I know firsthand that knowing the following information protected me from harm from a few males that have varying degrees of misogyny, including Arab Muslim males, so it surely can protect other girls and women. So please read things through, especially since, and here's the good news, I have sent in the past few years numerous online messages on many social media platforms to misogynist males, both Muslim and non-Muslim, and they all, literally all of them, couldn't talk to me after seeing my responses with regards to certain topics. Again, the real power of knowledge is real, and basically the way the document from which I am mentioning certain information about critical topics here came about was like this. You know how you can be on the road and and if someone asked you to count how many white cars are passing by, you would pay extra attention to the white cars. So then after a while, if they asked you how many light gray cars passed, you likely wouldn't know because your attention was on the white cars, not the light gray cars. So this is basically what the misogynist Muslim males do. So nearly all Muslim males pay attention to the topics in Islam that they like, with them ignoring or skimming through any other part of Islam, while I did the opposite. I paid attention to the over 3,000 prophet texts and over 6,000 Quranic texts, and basically was paying attention to the text with the lens of, does this text help protect girls and women from male violence or not. And by that, I mean, I went past the text about prayers, etc., because one, I already know them and they're commonly mentioned, and two, they don't help girls and women against male violence. So basically, as a result, I found a solid, amazing compilation of texts from Islam that do help girls and women against male violence. And those texts saved my life firsthand. And again, literally all males, I'm sorry, literally all of the misogynist males, online and offline, both Muslim and non Muslim, couldn't talk in response to the replies I gave them in their comments. The document does include a bunch of data that are not specific to Islam, but that type of data I'm sure is familiar to all of you, since that data consists basically of studies and statistics that dispel certain misogynist stereotypes. My point is, there is some critical information that needs to be shared to prevent violent cases from happening as much as possible. Number 4, there are cases where the male was born in Western countries but had parents from the Middle East or Pakistan, and so he convinced some Christian woman to marry the male since he pretended to be progressive, but then he attacked and unalived his daughter, like what happened to Mia Morrow. That case happened in 2022. He literally psychotically beat her to death for something that Islam doesn't allow him to hurt her about. There are also cases of males in Western countries being influenced by the misogyny in the Middle East or the misogyny in Asian countries too. The information in the following paragraphs can help stop this insane situation. Also, what's happening in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iran is basically girls and women there being subjected to repeated SA and other types of repulsive harm. So we do need lawyers' support, and we need for the subscribers, supporters of Burb to share the info, and Melanie Hamlet, to share the info so that the uneducated and misogynist males stop being uneducated in these banners. And the male in this following video is a clear example of how misogynist Muslim males like to share their sick nonsense only to influence other males everywhere. If you're on my YouTube channel, I'll make sure to put the link of the video that she's talking about in the description and in the comments, so you can just click onto it. Or you can just search on YouTube, Women Should Stop Getting Education / People Are Speaking About It by the YouTube channel Maria Davids. She supports women, and her channel is similar to Burb's and Melanie Hamlet's channels. And in that video, there is a Muslim misogynist male that is crazy enough to talk about his disgusting misogynist fantasies / beliefs online, influencing other misogynist males in the process. And we can actually help put a stop to the misogynist narrative, especially if the Muslim males do respect God, because currently they don't. And certain Islamic texts is evidence of that. And it is important for a Muslim male to respect God if he wants to have a chance at going to heaven. So them being disrespectful to God by sullying his religion with the illogical interpretation that they have of religion guarantees in Islam that those males won't go to heaven. Keep in mind, I believe that a misogynist Muslim male won't change his opinion unless he was told that he will be in hell eternally, because I believe that a misogynist male doesn't really care what's right or wrong, so nothing motivates such a male except the threat of eternal hell, in my opinion. And my experience with dealing with Muslim males actually supports this point of view. The good news is that threat works. Okay, so that was her introduction. She has a much larger document, and she wants me to share this with the subscribers so that, because people were asking, what can we do? What can we do? Well, she's like, they're using the Quran wrong. So this is her action plans, is to just remind them that they are going to be damned to hell, or they won't get into heaven. Whatever it is the holy place at the end of their life in Islam. All right, y'all. So stay tuned. That was the introduction. I know it was long, but stick with me. We will be continuing this conversation. Let me know what you think so far. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.